this is Carrie's Canary Quilts, and this is lesson 3 on how to draw foundation paper pieces in Google Drawings. We are starting off very simple with a 1-section paper piece, and it only has 3 pieces in it. This is also to help people who want to learn how to paper piece, maybe not so much draw them out and print them, but to learn how to do it also. So if you're interested in this series, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, and you can get notified of this and all the other fun stuff we got going on here. This is in conjunction with the Farmer's Wife Quilt Along that I'm doing. Instead of utilizing EQ8 for our foundation paper pieces, this may be an option for some people. All right, today you can see what we're doing. We're drawing your first foundation paper piecing pattern. And I do have printed or PDFs of everything I'm doing here that are in the description down below if you want to download those. Today we are going to draw pattern lines, use guides to position lines accurately, find the center of the block, create enclosed pattern pieces, number pattern pieces, verify sewing order, review a completed pattern, and save your first FPP pattern. Let's head into Google Drawings and see how we're going to be doing this. We're on to lesson 3, which is drawing your first foundation paper piecing pattern. This is going to be a simple 1-section pattern with 3 pieces. You want to be in your browser, and we want to type in drawings.new. That brings up Google Drawings. We want to open our last lesson 2, which is this 6-inch FPP template. And there we go. Let's verify that nothing happened. Let's go to Format Options. Size and rotation, still 6.5 inches. It's still grouped also. We may need to ungroup it. Again, we want to make a copy of this so we can have our actual FPP template as a different file than our just 6-inch square. So we're going to make a copy. We're going to call it Lesson 3 First Pattern. Make a copy. All right, so up in the left-hand corner it says Lesson 3 First Pattern. And let's just make sure it's still 6.5 inches. It is. I went to Format Options and I looked on the right-hand side. I'm going to move this back up here into the corner. And you saw those red guides. I still have those red guides on the side. And they lit up when I have it in the corner. We are only going to be drawing inside of our 6-inch square. So I want to pull guides in and put them on those lines. All right, so let me make these purple. Let's get rid of this one actually. I have a purple one down here. I'm going to make these purple so that my outside lines are purple. I'm going to hit Edit Guides. Guides, edit. My vertical guides I want to be purple right now. And my horizontal guides are purple, and I have one red, which I will use for the center at some point. I'm just going to pull that out of the way. All right, so our purple square is what we're working with here. And I do that because we're not actually working on the 0 or the 6-inch up here. You can see at the top we're working off to the side, so the guides help us just stay in that 6-inch area. So we are going to draw our first line. So you can go up here into, see my yellow dot right over here? There's a select line. I'm going to select the line. I want to start in this upper right-hand corner. I'm just seeing when my cursor looks like it's going to be there. And I am going to click and drag to this side. All right, my first line. Okay, so what I want to do now, I want to zoom in and see how I did. Let's look at this corner. It's a little off, so I'm going to go right on that dot and double click, and I can pull it right over to there. There we go. Go back up to zoom, hit fit, hit the zoom again, and go to this corner. That's a little off, so we're going to double click and pull it up. There we go. So go back to fit, up in the zoom there. There's our first line. So our next line is going to be from the upper right hand corner to this center of this line. So we need to find the center of our block here. So I have red, and since we're not, it's not exactly at 3 inches, it's going to be at 3.25 because our purple line is down 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to pull another one from the right, and that's going to go to 3.25 because my 6-inch block is scooted over 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to right click, go to guides, edit, and that's vertical. And since it's gray, I'm going to turn that red. I think it was a red down here. Okay, so there's the center of our 6-inch block. So we're going to go back up here to line. I'm going to go to the right hand corner and go as close as I can because I know I can change that. And bring my line right down to here, as close as I can. And then hit the zoom button, go right up here to the right, upper right, double click and move it. All right, go back out, hit zoom, look down here. I'm a little off, double click, and look at that. My line here and here are right on the red line. All right, so now we can zoom back out, and you can see in all our guides here, we have a large triangle on the bottom left and 2 small triangles on the top right. Now we need to number the pieces. We need to, I'm not going to go into the how to number pieces, but you want to number them so that you always have a piece that matches the next one, basically. Piece numbers identify sewing order rather than fabric placement. In foundation paper piecing, piece 1 is sewn first, piece 2 is added to piece 1, and piece 3 is added last in this instance. Piece 1, and we need to do the smaller pieces first. Whoops. Hit Control Z, it goes back. All right, I want text. So our piece 1 can be either one of these small triangles. Number 1, and then we want to do another text box over here. That's going to be our second piece, number 2, and then over here the bottom big one is going to be number 3. So this will be the first piece of fabric. Second piece will get sewn onto the first piece, ironed, and then trimmed, and then 3 will be put onto 1 and 2. So to verify it, you locate your first piece in your pattern, which is right here. Verify that piece 1 touches both piece 2 and piece 3. It does. Locate piece 2. Verify that piece 2 shares a seam line with piece 1, and it does. So you can see if we tried to take 1 and put it onto 3, we would have in the center a Y seam. We don't want that. So 1 is going to go onto 2 because you've got this straight seam right here. Locate piece 3, verify that piece 3 shares a seam line with either piece 1 or 2. And confirm that each new piece can be added to a previously sewn piece. So that's what we've done here. This is very, very basic, but that's what we've done here. So we can actually go up here to view guides and turn them off so we can see what our piece looks like. This can go up there because that's the finished. Unfinished is the dashed line. We've got our 1-inch block down here. I'm going to just center that. And now we want to print this out. So what I'm going to do is just use my cursor and I'm going to grab all of it together. And actually, let's group it. So right click what you just grabbed, everything, and we'll hit group. So if you click out of it, it looks the same, but you can see when I go over top of it, it's got that big box. And we can move the whole thing down. I'm going to center it. And what we can do is we can give ourselves a title. Lesson 3, First FPP Pattern. You can make it big. You can underline it. You can do whatever you want. Looks like you could center it. So you got all those options there. The red line means that I have centered my text. There we go. All our pieces have numbers. They're in logical sense. We have dash lines for the seam line. We have solid lines for the sewing lines. All right, so we have completed our first foundation paper piece pattern. Simple single section pattern in Google Drawings. So in the next lesson, I'm going to show you how to print this out and to put it together. All right, who's excited that they just drew their first foundation paper piece pattern? Me! Although it's not my first. But it is exciting to try a new program. This is kind of new to me and I'm learning and I have a lot of curiosity, and so I'm trying to teach myself and hopefully teach you something. But there we go. Next lesson we're printing, and then we are going to make the block. We're going to make the block. You're going to have a little block that you made on this program. So if you're not drawing this, then hopefully I kind of helped you out with how a foundation paper piece pattern is set up. And so when we go into lesson 4 and actually make the block, you'll have a little bit more knowledge on how we got there. So hit the subscribe button, notification bell if you want to see the rest of this. And I appreciate you. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.